Hey, welcome back to Creation and Elevation. I'm doing a double upload because, I forgot to keep up on schedule. So one thing I wanted to talk about was your habits become your character. Everything you do for a week, and when that week turns into a month, and that month turns into a year, and that year turns into 5, and that 5 turns into 10, that all determines who you become, and it all determines your character. If you have a habit of doing something negative, it will always come back to you later. You will always reap what you sow. So if I had a horrible smoking habit and I continue to smoke, and then I'm telling you, time flies by, especially with this year. We're already about to be in the year 2024. Time flies by. I feel like 2023 or 2020 was like a year ago. It's 2023. Come on now. So you won't even realize the time is flying, right? So let me go back to my analogy. I smoked cigarettes for weeks. Those weeks turn into months. Those months turn into years, and those years turn into a decade. Oh, I get lung cancer. Ooh, am I gonna cry about it? No, because I'm gonna reap the fruits that I sowed. That's what I did for those years. So that's what I'm gonna get back when it's time for me to receive. I say this to make you think. I want you to think, what am I doing? What bad habit could bite me 10 years from now, 3 years from now, a year from now? Especially if you're still young. If you're around the ages of 12, well, no, get 12 out the equation. 14 to 18, and if you're in your 20s or your 30s right now, I want you to think about that. I've said in other videos, I dropped some jewels. You gotta watch my other videos. I said in other videos, and I've used this analogy before, like, if I eat fast food constantly for a whole year, or I keep just doing it, I just keep doing it, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get fat. If I eat foods that have dyes in them constantly, repeatedly, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get sick. That stuff's not supposed to be in my body. It's bad for me. Let's emphasize on bad, because it's the same thing. It's vice versa for good. If I do something that's gonna benefit me, and something that's good for me, it's gonna benefit me in the future. If I work out every day, consistently, every week, every month, and then those months turn into years, and that year turns into a decade, that benefits me. I build muscle. I become more healthy. I build more bone density. Same thing with eating. If I eat a certain way, a healthy way, and I'm gonna be honest, everything is about balance and moderations. Don't be scared to eat that brownie, Just don't forget to get your macros in. Make sure you're getting your protein, your fibers, your carbs. Make sure you're treating yourself right. Because on this journey of, creation and elevation, we trying to elevate. And you don't want to restrict yourself. This stuff is already in the world with us. You might as well just work with it, because I'll be honest with myself. I got a sweet tooth. I need something sweet to eat. You feel me? I need something sweet to eat. But yeah, man. So I say this to make sure, like, make sure you're consciously making these decisions and you're forming good habits. Right now, for myself, I'm in a season where, I've been in a season for like, a while now. People my age usually don't think like this, but I feel as if people my age, how they say bad habits die hard or habits die hard? They say that for a reason. It's not just said for no reason. The reason why they say that is because if you've done something for so many years, and you can't just go cold turkey unless you have that mental strength. But I'm guessing if you've been doing it for years, you become dependent and attached to it. So it's going to be difficult mentally to let go of it. Same thing with people, substances, all that. So it's like, you want to work on these habits now, especially when you're aware of them, because if you will let it drag on, you're just going to make your life worse. You don't want to be one of those people who people look back on you and don't care what people think, of course. But I'm just going to use this example. You don't want to be that person where people look back on you and they're like, wow, you got way worse. People nowadays, their peak is at 18 in high school. That's crazy. You barely even live life. There's certain habits that you're supposed to stop, and you should stop. Of course, we have our battles, we have our difficulties, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect and I don't have mines. But you want to better yourself. You're on a self-improvement channel because you want to self-improve. So that's a part of it. You have to sacrifice that bad habit. Even though that bad habit seems so good now, it's so pleasing. You want to do the hard thing because you want to know what? You're going to wake up every day and you're going to thank yourself, oh, I can't believe I stopped smoking, bro. If I stopped smoking, or for my generation, it's vaping. If I didn't stop vaping, I'd be like my friend. He 35. He just died of a heart attack, or his lungs just collapsed. Like, that's a perfect example. Because everything you do, there is a consequence. There is a chain reaction. It's a chain reaction. If I read every day, or if I study for a test, I'm gonna know what's on the test. If I don't study for the test, I'm not gonna know what's on the test. I'm gonna get lucky. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna be like, God, please make sure I pass this test, man. Like, that's the way it is, man. That's how it goes. If I read every day, I'm gonna become a smart person depending on what I'm reading. I'm not talking about no fantasy, romance books. People be telling me they read and they be showing me fantasy and romance books. No shade, you know who you are. It's all love. But yeah. You wanna I'm gonna give you examples of habits you should start doing these habits are gonna make you a better person, and it's gonna become your character. So you wanna stop the habit of gossiping. We all fall victim to it, you know. Sometimes we don't even realize we do it, but it happens. It's okay. We're human. We're not perfect. Overeating, that's one that a lot of people need to deal with, you feel me? Especially with social media. Social media got people out here starving themselves to achieve this certain physique or certain look, and then boom, they can't handle what they're doing anymore and start overeating and everything. Talking down on yourself. You don't have to talk down on yourself, bro. You're perfect the way you are. And if you're a girl, you're perfect the way you are, man. You don't have to change yourself for anybody except yourself. If you want to improve and change, that's on you, you know? You want to, talk positive to yourself, because you're going to, if I talk to myself, I say, McCain, you're not nothing. I'm most likely not going to become nothing, because deep down in my subconscious and in my heart, I feel as if I'm nothing. So just throwing that out there. Here's some good habits: exercising, eating well, reading, positive affirmations, stretching, whatever is realistically a positive habit for you, because I'm just listing some things that are positive for me. Just because it works for me doesn't mean that it works for you. We're all born different and we're all uniquely made. But old habits die hard. But if your habits are good, what's going to happen? You're going to reap the fruits. You're probably going to be an amazing person, a beast. People are going to look up to you. People are going to be inspired by that. Because a lot of us, as I said, we're not perfect. We're all in different stages of our lives. Some people are further than us. Some people are behind us. But when I say that, I also want to add this on as well. We're all the same. When you take away all the money, status, luxury cars, we're all on the same level. We're all people. We're all uniquely the same. When you bring it down to a scientific point, for my science people, we share, even though we're different and we come from different areas, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, our DNA is 99.9% the same. We're all equal. We're all born equal, unless you have, like, you were born with certain disabilities, you know, or things like that. So don't ever feel like just because somebody's ahead of you that you'll never reach that. Always focus on yourself, because You're the one who's driving the car. You're not going to be looking at the person driving their car on the right of you when you're driving. You're going to focus on the road in front of you. You're going to focus on how fast you're going and the things that you need to do to get there. Make sure you're forming good habits. You know, if you want to live a prosperous life, a good life, you want to make sure that you're taking the steps to do that. And with that, it's creation and elevation. Make sure you're elevating constantly. Try your best. We all fall, but get up. Wise man falls 7 times, but he gets back up 8. And don't forget to be out here doing creation. Make stuff, you know, embrace yourself, who you are authentically. Because nobody could take that away from you. That was who you were born to be. It's creation and elevation. Love, light, peace. You know, bye.